Welcome to Cranky Live, the show where bold minds meet real talk. This isn't your average sports or news show. It's where we break down sports, culture, and controversy with facts, fire, and fearless honesty. Here, truth cuts through the noise and hype gets exposed. From football to track and field, from world issues to local debates, we ask the tough questions, speak without fear, and go deeper than the headlines. We don't follow the crowd, we set the trend. While others recycle the same tired takes, we bring fresh insight, unfiltered analysis, and bold perspectives. No echo chambers, no puppet talk, just real conversations for people who think for themselves. Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Think critically, question boldly, and speak freely. This is Cranky Live, where reason rules the mic and truth always win. Come on, let's get into it. I talk to myself, Presser. Thank you, Presser. Good afternoon. It's not my usual time to be on this program, but I was excited today for some track and field. And if you can't see me well, if I look dark and have shadows, because there's a lot of light behind me. And I'm using, obviously, one of these virtual pictures, so it's not showing as good as I'd like it to be. What do you mean, no sound? You can't hear me? Rotted. One second. No sound still? Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's because I see my Zoom linked in. Did you watch your team today? No, I didn't watch your team. No. I heard you guys drew 0-0, right? Presser? No, I didn't watch your team. I was watching track and field. More important things. Your team not good. Well, you're not good yet. You may get good eventually. So I was actually watching. I got up late this morning, later than I wanted to, because I wanted to watch the entire track and field London 2025 Diamond League. And I was extremely pleased with the outcome, actually. Mostly everyone, apart maybe from Rochelle Clayton, who finished down the track. But the most exhilarating thing for the day was Oblique and how he destroys the field, totally destroys the field. And it was a great field. Apart from Kishane, I can't think about anyone else who may be significant who missed that race, right? Zarnell was there, Noah was there, Simbini was there, Tobogo was there. So all the major one apart from Kishane, who ran the relay last leg, but also Oblique ran the relay, which was about 3-4 hours previously. Bless up Tuffy, Jahaminberg, Akova, Press as usual. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it being here and joining me. As you come in, people hit the like button. Come on. I just at the last minute, so I was a little bit late, set up as you come in, you can see, so you have no excuse for not hitting the like button. But it was a fabulous race in the context of Oblique winning. Now, if you guys can remember, and you know Oblique's history, right? He's had a very challenging history. See, Oblique, even though he went to Calabar, and I'm a KC man, I'm a huge Oblique supporter. We talk about national versus local rivalry, two different things. Kenny's in there. Kenny can't beat them feeder, man. Kenny had 200. I know Kenny's been running well, but Kenny had 200. And Kersey wasn't there also, or whatever his name is. But he also has been running on the track of late. So, but you're right, Kenny wasn't there. But I don't think Benderek is going to be a difference maker when it comes to the 100. I just don't. And it was Noah's first run for the season. And Oblique, obviously, and Kishane had to be in form for the trials. So they may have peaked a little bit early. And let's hope Kishane hasn't peaked. Now, if we know Kishane, if we know Oblique, he's always, I'm not going to say he's a Safa, and because he's still young in his career, but he has some Asafa tendencies when it comes to the big race. We have to admit that. But if you think about big races, today was a big race for him. He tried to prove he can compete with the big boys. He was fourth in what in the previous World Championship. The Olympics never go as well as he'd like, right? He ran well in the semis. Um, he's always beating Noah apart from the Olympics, and Noah won that race. Kishane came a very close second, and Oblique, even though he ran well in the semis, didn't show up today. And when he won in when we had the trials, Kishane seemed to have been. I mean, Oblique. Why do I keep saying Kishane? Oblique seemed to have had some problems, right? I don't know what it was. People say it was mental. He was panicking. I actually didn't think that, and I had a conversation with somebody about that. I thought he was very concerned that his body may have been failing him, and therefore he didn't feel well, right? He didn't feel good. But this was his victory today. You can see the smiles, people. You can see the smile. Smile is big as you know what. Smiling. And look, he was easy today. Real, real easy. Like if you watch the race from start to finish, he got a brilliant start. Noah and Zarnell got their normal start. Sembini's always the one to me who runs well when he doesn't have a ton of good competition. And then, like Talou, he seemed to fade actually when it comes to the big meet, where most of the top runners are there. Omar said he did just like Safavi would have done. Let's wait till workshops to join. Yeah, no, I mean, look, he's confident. It's going to be tough for him to be Kishane, though. Kishane is so powerful and has a brilliant start also. That's the problem. Unlike you saying who didn't have the best start most times, if Kishane, like you saying, get a very good start, if Noah gets a good start, it's hard to beat them because their top end speed is so good. They can maintain that pace through the end of the race, between, say, 40, 50 through the tape. They can maintain versus decelerate. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens actually with Oblique as we get closer to the World Championship. He was easy when he beat Noah in Jamaica last year. Yes, he was, and we see how that turned. But also, we have to be very careful because Noah hasn't run a lot this season, right? So nobody ran under 10 seconds, which is not normal, frankly, for me, with the quality of the field. Nobody ran under 10 seconds apart from Oblique, actually. He ran, 9.86? Everybody else ran 10. Noah was 10 flat. Zarnell, who's been running well. Remember last year and the year before, Zarnell was fast starting, harbor starting. He seemed to have fixed his start. And Zarnell can be dangerous if he can just get up to his top end speed quicker, which is something that's failed him actually. Yes, Omar, right with you. Kishane rocks too much, like he's in a boat or something. He rocks a lot. And I think Kishane's problem is this, and this discussion is about Oblique, not Kishane, but I think his problem is that he doesn't have a lot of competition when he runs most times because he's not running a lot of the big races. That's what he needs to do more of. And they keep, how the coaches are in Jamaica. Same thing for Oblique. They don't run enough big races that when they get to the championship, they are fully prepared. They're held back quite a bit, whether it's Kishane, it's about injury concern. I'm not sure what it is for Oblique. But they don't run enough to me against top competition. So when they get against top competition and it's close, you lose your form, which is what happens a lot of times. DC said Oblique ran the kind of race that I believe he's capable of running. Honestly, I am no expert, so I don't know why they're taking this amount of years to get there. Congratulations. Well, he's still young. He's not. How old is Oblique? He's not 25 yet, is he? He's still young, so he's got some time, but his time is running out. DC said, I'm so glad that Seville didn't look at Lyles doing all this race prep. Well, Seville was pointing down the track, right? Almost like a bold thing, but not with the same bravado. So he seemed comfortable, and I'm going to play his post-match interview, which I found interesting, actually. He seemed to be exuding the kind of confidence, and maybe it comes with time. Let me see if I can find his post-match interview. Maybe it comes with time, actually. We'll see. Wait, hold up. I have a problem here with my system. Let me get it up and running. But he seems pretty confident, actually. And obviously, he's got to back up the talk, right? Can't just talk. You got to back it up.
And I guess it's lived up to your expectations, but also for you today to do that in that kind of field against those athletes. How was that?
It was something special because
to be honest, a lot of people really don't give you the respect that I deserve, but you have to earn it and show your class all the time you go there and perform. And I have to give that thanks as well. I mean, you had the 100-meter Olympic champion in that race, and a lot of men in that race who are very quick. And I know that last year you weren't as happy as you could have been with your performances. Yeah. Is this a redemption year for you? Yes, it's actually a redemption feeling because I can actually maintain this performance and this one going into the World Championship, and for sure I will be on the podium. We look forward to seeing that. Congratulations today. Thank you.
That's confident people. And it should be. I mean, when you beat this kind of field, it will only help you in your desire to be a world champion, right? Now, let's see if we can pull up Noah's interview subsequent to Obliques.
Going to be really top class athletes there, but how was that run out there for you today? I'd say it felt like a season opener. If not, probably better, to be honest. Like, I had an amazing warm up today. Even though the weather was rainy, I was like, oh, I was expecting that. And I just went out onto the track, and I was just so happy to be back. It's just so good to be out here. I mean, 60,000 fans. So, I mean, goodness gracious, you guys usually wait for a world championship, if that, to get this many fans. Well, they're here, and they're here to watch you. You put on a show for them today. But in terms of your time today and your comeback towards this season, how is that preparing and shaping up for you? Yeah, I think that's my fastest season opener ever. So I'd say it's a great start. Of course, I always want to get a win. And of course, I always wanted to be fast. But I got to take the good as long as with the improvements. So the improvements is we got to run more races, which means there's going to be some more Noah going on. And the even better is that it's going to get faster over time. You come in with a badge, a 100-meter Olympic champion. It's a badge that carries a lot of weight for you. Do you feel it when you're on the start line? No, not at all. Not at all. This is what I love to do. Competing against fast people, I feel there's no other way to test your strength, test your abilities. This is what it's all about. And what next for you? In London, where do you head to next? I'm going to go to the U.S. Championships. I'm going to be running the 200 as of now. And after that, I'll be coming back over for some more Diamond Leagues in August. We look forward to seeing you. Congratulations today. Thank you.
So you hear what Noah says about the fact that even though it was his first supposedly big race apart from for 100, because he ran the 200 and he beat Tobago last time out, but he believes you got to run against quality competition to get you to where you need to. And I think that's something that both Oblique and Kishane needs to do, right? You can't just run against local competition or a meet here and there, and you don't have a continuous pressure on you to perform against the better runners in the world. And if they keep doing the same construct that they do, which is go out and run a few races, obviously you want to peak. You don't want to peak too early. And the question is, Seville peaked too early. Because remember when he beat Noah the last time, you thought he would do better at the Olympics, and that didn't work out. And he ran well up through the semis, right? Remember, Noah was not feeling well in the semis, and Oblique won easily and then faded in the final. So hopefully he will peak at the right time, and that will translate to him doing well at the World Championship, because it doesn't make sense you should keep on finishing fourth or you run good times in the early rounds, and then when it really counts, you don't show up, which is not good. People, please hit the like button. It's 50 people in the chat, only 36 likes. Come on. But I do think in today's race, I thought Oblique looked confident, right? When he runs, what he ran in Jamaica, about it was about a similar time he ran in Jamaica. Was it 9:85? And he was under some duress, given when he ran the semifinal in Jamaica, at about the 80-meter mark or 75, he looked like something was wrong with him. Even though he ran through the tape, because he sort of eased up real early in that race, even though he won easily, running 9:85 or somewhere around there. So you can imagine that today, given the times he's running, he must feel really confident. Now, I think for him to win at the World Championship and to beat Kishane, yes, to run the 9:8. 9:8 is not winning that race. Not with all that competition. Not with Noah Lyles, who has just over a month to get ready for the championship. 9:8 is not winning. Even though Noah doesn't really run below 9:8 that much, actually. That's about his max, I think. So it's going to be interesting how that goes. Devon said, it's always proved that you talk less and do less antics. Just don't do your job, look at it differently. Lyle is a circus show of antics. No, but Devon, you have to understand, track and field is not the most prominent sport. right? See, Noah was surprised they had 60,000 people at the Diamond League in London this time of the year. So you need people with character, right? Both used to showboat. Both would be pointing to the sky and dancing when you win. So you need people with some charisma and some character and something different versus just you bland and you go out there, you just run and finish. You're not adding anything. Antics works. You don't want to get noticed. You want to get noticed. You want to get the acclaim. You want people to try to shut you up. That generates traffic. It generates viewership. It generates interest, and you should want that. So I don't have a problem with Noah and his antics. It helps him. It helps his brand. Help him sell whatever he needs to sell and sell himself. He's doing it and doing it well. So yeah. Adrian Armstrong said it wasn't a shocker though. Semi did that races last year. Noah boldly made the proclamation about them being afraid. Yeah. I don't think Kishane or Oblique, I don't think either of them is afraid. I do think, though, as you know, when the competition steps up, it gets tougher, right? Because if you notice, even today, Oblique was pointing 10 meters from the tape about winning. You're not getting that in the World Championship. Very few runners get to do that, like a Bolt, for example, who's so much better than the field. This field is much closer. Surprised about Simbini's run today. I thought he was poor. We know Tebogo, unless he gets up to speed and get a great start, is tough for him. I mean, a 200-meter runner. Same for John Hughes, who's been running well all season, by the way. And did so when he ran in Jamaica, even though obviously running for Great Britain. And then we know what Noah Lyles bring. As someone mentioned, Kenny's not here. Ben Derek is not here. And there are a few more runners. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens come next month. What O'Shane and Oblique have to do is find a way to maintain their fitness and their form through the World Championship. Now, just as important today, actually, because the only race was the men's 100-meter final, right? That wasn't the only race. There were a number of other races today. The men's 4x1, which, as you know, we hadn't qualified, and we need to qualify. And it's been interesting for Jamaica. Remember what happened for the Olympics? We normally don't bomb out in the men's 4x1, right? We normally do well as a country. And we needed to qualify. We tried in Barbados to qualify with, to me, a subpar team. That didn't work. Today, we had two of our four best runners in Thompson and Seville. Blake didn't run in this race. I'm not sure why. By the way, Akeem Blake did finish fourth today. So he ran well also. But they did qualify running 37.8, right? Which is a decent time for, and I think they can go better if you had Akeem Blake to the mix. I'm not sure who else would be added. But they did qualify for the World Championship with Kishane and Oblique Seville running two of the legs. Kishane was running the ankle leg. So we should all be pleased about that. Yeah, he was supposed to be part of the relay team and somehow pulled out of that. I'm trying to figure that out. Maybe he figured he wasn't fit enough. He's fit enough to run the individual race, but maybe not to run two races in the same day, 4 or 5 hours apart. So people, 88 people, 46. I'm supposed to be out shopping today, people. So give me some likes now. Give me some likes. Give me some likes for effort. If you don't want to give me no like for the quality of I'm a track and field expert, If you don't want to give me no like for the quality, just give me a like for effort. Me appreciate the effort like. Come on, have other people watch it because I'm going to do the World Championship when it comes up in September, even though it'll be really interesting times given where it's being held. But no, it was really good today. Other races which I had interest in, the women's 200, because I'm thinking about, can Sharika win that race? My girl Alfred is looking awesome. 21.7 today. That's big time, people. They're running 21.7. This time of the year against, it was a halfway quality field. Some of the better runners weren't there, but she looks really, really good. But then again, who knows what happens come September? She may peak by then. But Alfred is an awesome sprinter, and she'll be there for the boat 1 and 2. Yeah. But they had talked about before A.M. Henry about him not running the relay actually, even before he got there. So I'm not sure what that was about. Not sure what that was about actually. But he was initially part of the relay team, and then was not part of the team. But they did really well in getting the time that they need to get, and now enable them to be in the and look, the men's team has a chance. The men's team should be competing with the US to win the 4x1. Now, obviously, we know relays are not just about how quick you are; it's about how well you can do your baton changes, and I know how well your runners take off from their spot. Okay, if you let the man run up on you, it becomes very difficult for you to have that for the baton to be exchanged in a really good way. And what's interesting is that we have Akeem finished fourth today, Oblique won, Kishane. So we have three of the fastest runners in the world, frankly, on our team. So the men's sprint, which went south after Blake and Bolt and others left the scene, even though Blake hasn't left the scene, but he's left the scene in terms of his performances and in terms of him competing. It's a really good thing to see where the men are now back, right? Kishane can win the 100. The only thing I'm looking at is that apart from Levine, I don't see anybody that's in the 200, unless I'm missing something. So the 200 is going to be a challenge for us. Normally we can place people in 1 and 2. Obviously Blake and Kishane they're not run 2, and they're not 2 runners. Even though the way Oblique ran today, he could have ran 150 and still win that race. Because I was watching the race to see how much Zarnell and Noah would pull him back after he got a brilliant start. They didn't really pull him back, actually. If you watch him run through the tape, he was winning it was after 80 meters, each maintained their space or their spots, actually. But it wasn't like Noah was cutting him down or Zarnell was cutting him down, which was really, really good. We're trying to keep you off the road and keep your money in your pocket. We know, you see that giving up money now. Hey, Hummingbird, I'll pull you up in a Hummingbird. You know, see why hey, Cranky, I'll give you some money. So, to make you here. Because now, it goes 2 ways, Hummingbird. You can't give me money if you want to now. Even though I'm not asking nobody for money. You can't give money if you want. So, you can put money in my pocket, or you can give me likes so we can get this monetized so we can get some money. So, either way, Hummingbird, you have to do better. You can understand me, so why I'm not going to spend money. Because, I'm not giving the money for spend. Even though YouTube don't really pay me no portion of money. So, interesting. But no, I was extreme. The reason I decided to do the show is that I was going to do a video. I find videos to be painful. I'm going to do more live. I find videos painful. It takes time to do video. Because with videos, you have to look at somebody apart from my face. And which is probably better, actually. But it just takes too much time for me to do videos. So I decided to do a live instead. And I prefer to interact with people anyway than to just talk by myself and try to add pictures and videos and then get myself in trouble adding videos. Because I almost recorded the 100 and played, but I decided not to do so because I know I would get dinged by YouTube and by the Diamond League. But it was a great race. The races were very good. I see Bol won today. I'm just trying to think through all the races that I watched. There was an upset in the 400 meters. I'm trying to remember the kid who won. He's from Great Britain too. So they look like they're really set for the 400 meters men. It's going to be interesting when you bring all the runners together. I'm gonna actually love. I think I'm gonna love the World Championship because Hudson Smith, he and his upright style. He's looked good all season. He's running in the 44s. But Charles Dobson beat him today in a really interesting race. Dobson came from way back, actually. So we'll see what happens when it comes to the real meet because everybody trying to peak at the same time for the World Championship. And which is very important. You don't want to peak too early and then run out. I also see Stoner was throwing today. He did well. And I was, you know what the Stoner thing came to me about, right? When you're watching Stoner throw, you're just like, damn. And you watch what's his name? My Casey alumni brother, Pinnock, jumping in a field event. You're just thinking, will Jamaica have anybody in the field event who can win any medals? after this eating the videos, I'm gonna use the word defected. In the old days when East Germans used to defect, they don't defected to Turkey. Will we have anybody left in the field events to win any medal when these individuals defect? It's gonna be interesting because I think only the Greek can beat. That's my view anyway. Can beat Pinnock. So it's not a good thing for Jamaica. Last Olympics we only had one gold medal, and that was in the field events. So how is that going to work going forward? The prominence that we have, and the fact that field events athletes are getting better and better every year makes it interesting. Cranky, are you the richest user in new space? So give us all father each for alike. I'm rich in spirit. I'm rich in happiness. So that's how I'm rich, yes. And I like being rich that way. Come here, dedicate and get the money with you, if you have any money. I'm probably richer than Elon Musk, because Musk is miserable. And I heard he's a dopey. He takes a lot of dope, actually. He's always on drugs. That's my understanding. He's always on drugs. He's always unhappy. So you be the richest person in the world and you're unhappy. No, I'm rich in spirit. So he's Stoner, that's leaving medal on the table, which is him. I don't know if he's a Stoner, Campbell, Pinnock. I don't know if all of them are a sure thing, but we have to see when the transition occurs. We'll see. But look like I know when the field events athletes. I cannot blame field events athletes, to be honest. They don't get the prominence. They don't get the shoe contracts. They don't get the sponsorship of other athletes. So if somebody can pay you money, I'm surprised they went to Turkey though. If I was them, I'd say, "Hey, Turkey, thank you. Let me make some calls to Saudi Arabia. Let me see if they want to compete." It's like a transfer, people, and people bidding for my services. I'm going. If I'm them, I'm going to Saudi Arabia and say, "Look, you're giving Ronaldo $80 million a year. You can give me $2 million versus $500,000. If I'm going to sell my services, I might as well go to the best bidder. Bless up RR. I might as well go to the highest bidder. I am not just going to go to Turkey for $500,000 and $20,000 a month, whatever they're giving me. I'm going to go to Saudi Arabia. They have more money, much more money than Turkey. I know Turkey want the worldwide notoriety when it comes to athletics, but rich. I tell you, I'm rich in spirit. BM, you guys have this misconception I'm rich. I'm rich in spirit. It is a loss for us, and I guess I'm conflicted. DC, I'm not going to say I blame or don't blame them. I'm conflicted in this context. We beat diaspora players, football players who born in England want to play for England, and then we're saying we support athletes who go run from their country for money. We can't have it both ways. We got to make our minds up. So somebody's come to, and the players who come to us late in the career, we beat them, so them come winning, not good enough to play for England. But then we have athletes in the best of shape, doing well, winning medals, and they go run for some other country who didn't develop them, by the way, who they have no cultural assimilation with, no cultural relationship with, nothing in common except the money. And then we have people come play for us for free, because if you hear Raven and another talk, it ain't fun playing for Jamaica in football, given how the JFF operates and how certain things are. Yet they come and play. So we can't have it both ways. We have to either be saying, you know what, it's not okay with us to not respect the flag and not respect the country and give up yourself and sacrifice yourself. Or we can say, you know what, you're free to do what you want. It's best for you and your family. So we respect that. But also respect those diaspora persons who want to play for where they were born. And because they don't play for us, we want to disrespect them and denigrate them and belittle them. That's not a good thing. Yeah? Which reggae boy? The reggae boys national team or just individuals? I didn't see anything on Sunfest. That's a good thing. At least they're getting some promotion. No, because Musk is one of the most prominent people. That's why I have to mention Musk. And actually, I was watching a program this morning where someone was talking about how miserable Musk is and how he's just not a good person. Nazi salute, all sort of stuff. But we don't talk about Musk. He's not worth the time. Cartel in full suit might not be official, though. Interesting. I have nothing to say about cartel on my channel. I'll be honest. There's certain people I don't want to talk about. I'll be honest. Um, Opportunity missed though for those platforms. Yeah, yeah. But no, it's a difficult one. Especially if you haven't grown up with a silver spoon in your mouth and you get an opportunity to make a living. And because when you rep the country, Jamaica doesn't have the resources to support you financially in the way you'd like to be supported. And Turkey provide that resource. So if I'm going to sell my services, I want to make sure there's a bidding war for my services, especially for countries where I know are very, very rich, like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, United Emirates. They'll pay you to represent them. I don't know about their naturalization process, but I'm sure most of those countries have exemptions for elite athletes, unlike Jamaica, by the way, who don't seem to have those exemptions. A number of those countries will have what I'm going to call the VIP route. Your exceptional skills, you can get in. We naturalize you, and then we'll make sure that we pay you when we naturalize you. So that's important. It's interesting. Now, I am looking forward, I said again, to the World Championship. My hope is that I just want all the athletes to perform at their best, because they do, Jamaica will do well. Cranky, I did not know that you're a multimillionaire, but sorry, remember you have no hair. As I'm ever wear hat coming out no hair, so may I hide me? I'm balling. Let me just say this to people. I bald off my head before. I don't know if I went bald, if I would go bald, but I did bald my head because it was less maintenance. Then like how some women put in braids. They're not putting in braids because they love braids. They put in braids because it takes too much time to maintain their hair. They can just get up and go in the morning when they have braids in. That's what I do when I bald my head. I used to go to the barber every 2 weeks. I used to get these bumps in the back of my head because the barber wasn't cleaning his equipment, I don't think, as well as he did. When I got rid of barber, I didn't have any of those problems. I didn't have to go there every 2 weeks and sit there in the chair waiting for like 3-4 hours, and the barber did things on his own time. No, it worked out really well. So I have zero complaints. I did say I was going to talk about some EPL, and then I'm gonna play my. Do you guys want to hear my song? I'm working on it still. It has a lot of work to be done, but you guys want to? Let me get you know if you want to hear it. I think I have it here someplace. The new tune that I have. I think I dropped a short and a small tidbit of it. I have a little bit longer version. So if you don't want to hear it, me play it. If you don't want to hear it, me not gonna play it. But the EPL transfers continues to heat up. So it's going to be fun, come September. We're going to have EPL, we're going to have World Cup football, we're going to have World Championship. There's a lot going on that in September. Yes, thank you, DC. Thank you. I appreciate the recommendation. I appreciate you trying to get these individuals to give me some likes, even though them stingy. Oh, come Jamaicans, they're so stingy, man. I have never seen a people who love freeness so much who's so stingy. Lord. Well, and then stingy with something free. That's the strange thing about it, Love freeness, but not want to get freeness. I don't even understand the logic there. It takes too long to maintain, but the end result is losing hair. Well, you know what? Nowadays, you don't have to lose hair. Look at LeBron James. You can just go get an ear transplant and you're good to go. I just don't have time. Take too much time to everything there. But I should check and see. You know what I will do? Just like how I grew up my beard, I think I'm gonna grow up my hair at some point to see if I'm actually going. If I went bald, because I shaved my head in 2007. That's 18 years ago, actually. I remember when I shaved it, my mom was very upset, and I told her she just needed to get used to the new bald head. So I'm gonna try to grow it and see if it is. And then, what I may do, since I'm it's an interesting time, maybe I'll just grow it out. If I'm balding, I'll just go get a hair transplant and then grow some hair. Change my whole view, my old optics totally. Beard, hair, maybe I grow some long bushy hair or something. You know what? I'll think about it. So Devon said, Cranky, I have no hair myself. I shaved every morning. My head was shaved back in '89 because I had to do a scan and keep it there from then. Oh, okay. Interesting. So Devon, do you know if you're balding or not? It better be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. By the way, the reason why I'm on this fully beard, because I'm out of town. I've been out of town for like 2 weeks. I'm going back up next week. And the last time I was in Georgia, which is where I am now, I went to a barber and he did an awful job. And I have my barber in New York. It's a new barber I have in New York since I started growing a beard. I said, you know what? I'm going back to my barber in New York. I let nobody down here shave me anymore. So if you're in Georgia and you're a barber, don't take it personal. But I got to New York before I get my thing shaved. So yeah. Try AI first. You know what? Great idea, Real Ball. You know, Real Baller? Great idea. When I finish, I'm going to go on chat and ask chat to reconstruct me with hair with a nice fade and see what it looks like. Yeah, I've never thought about growing hair since I shave. I always love my bald head, but it looks different with a beard, to be honest. So either I shave off the beard or I grow the hair. I'm not shave the beard. I hold the beard for a while. So I saw a guy on YouTube who went to Turkey to get a hair transplant. That nation is going to, you know what? I was in Turkey. I went to Turkey when 2012 for Christmas. I can't say I love my trip. I didn't have a lot of. I didn't like the food. I got in an argument with people on the street trying to buy some merchandise because they wanted to cheat me and I wasn't having it. Because Jamaica's got a barter. I told you guys this story when I went to one of their bazaar that they have. And man trying to sell me something for 150 Turkish lira, and I'm trying to give him $10. And when we reached about 40, 50, he cussed me out. I said, I'm trying to cheat you. I'm like, you went from 150 to like 50, 40? I'm trying to cheat you? You're out of your mind. But no, I don't know if I would go all the way to. I'd do it in the US. They have some. It's just more expensive in the US, right? But you'd have to have knowledge of how well that person can do it in Turkey or some other place, actually. So yeah. But no, I like my bald head. I'm gonna keep the bald head for the time being. We'll see what happens. It's easier to go in the mirror and just shave your head. It takes 2 seconds. But now I have my beard. I have to trim my beard, so I gotta figure it out. So maybe it was balding because it runs in my family, so it might be a good thing. Oh, okay, Devon. Well, as I said, ear transplant is popular nowadays, so you don't have to worry about it. Bless up, Romain Newman. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you being here. It's Saturday. It could be any place else, but thanks you're here. But no, so in terms of the hey, you're no response, but no one you're missing anything. Oh, Berg say yes, better be good. Okay, I'll play if you a little bit. I'll play about 20 seconds first, and if you don't want more, I want to rewind, I'll rewind. So we do it now, right? I'll play about 30 seconds first, the first verse, and if you like it, me give no more. If you don't like it, now give no more. It is raw, people. It's draft. Not even close to finish it. But I figured, you know what? We can't get the criticism from now versus later. So let me try it. Let me take off this first. Cranky life, make your wise. No corporate script. Let me start over. This is Cranky. You know, run my house. We don't run my house, you know. And as we run the track, remember the saying? Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Here we go. Cranky life, make your wise. No corporate script, no disguise. Provide knowledge, open eyes. Drop real heat and expose the lies. Irate the youth to rise with the grind. No soft phrase when farm decline. Excellence get big headline. Mediocrity get left behind. Cranky life, we bring the vibes. No sell out, no compromise. We not follow hype, we analyze. Talk the truth and burn out the lies. Cranky lies, no puppet speech. We talk the things them afraid to preach. We not hide truth like a preach. How you mean half beat, Romeo? You know I have no beat, man. It's a little better than a star. It's not half beat. So let's stop play. In a half beat, it rap and beat. We know why you listen to it. Get your ears fixed from me in rap and beat. If you tell me you don't like the DJ, then a different story that. In rap and beat, in a half beat. Unless my earring now different from phone earring. I hear you, Robin. I stop it. Robin, same can't take it. Now work on it still. Me not give up on it. Now work on it. It's an early draft that. But no. I'm not still on the people. I only come for an hour still. Since I sat there. Come for an hour, I sat there. And then Ricardo. At a certain point in your life, Ricardo, you don't have versatility, you know. If you just start the well, hey, people, do something. You know, like you ever hear black comedians talk about this? If you want to get feedback, you have to go to a black audience in any form of entertainment. You get it raw, you get it raw, and you get it straightforward, and you may get your feelings hurt. So you know, best artists we get it from. So you better not be sensitive. You do nothing. So I don't get back to your raw. I love the feedback. I love the feedback. I love the feedback. I love the feedback. Ricardo. Ricardo, so me have one style. So much style is supposed to have Ricardo. Most artists have one style, don't have no Ricardo. You know, you're Michael Jackson, you know, you're all them artists there. One style, them have, you know, multiple style. Plus, me can't do the new thing then. Me can't do the new thing them actually. Me used to 90s music, 90s music, 80s music. I used to the more contemporary thing. So can't do the new thing them people. New thing them will kill you. Can't buy the new thing. Me buy a couple license in some YouTube instrumental. I me never couldn't flow it at all. Couldn't flow it. So me have to if you don't like the whole thing like me like the whole thing, then we can't help you. Last night, people I went to I was dragged. I didn't go. I was dragged to a jazz event. There's a museum down in Atlanta, actually. Really nice new museum. Liked it. Real nice environment. And I was dragged to this jazz event. And there were two sections of the museum. I don't know about jazz, Frank, right? One section, they were doing some more contemporary records in jazz format. And another section, which we were in, why? So, you know, it sounded like me at a rock concert. The music was heard in my ears. And, you know, when me get cranky, you know. So, I mean, I wasn't happy. I was dragged there. I stayed. I tried to be a good boy, but it wasn't helping me. It wasn't helping me. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. So, you have to stick to what I know. You have to stick to reggae music. And also, when I stick to reggae music, it won't be the most. I listen to contemporary music, but it won't be the most contemporary if I'm trying to do something on it. Well, thank you, DC. Thank you. Okay, DC. Well, DC, I am one of those. What people would say you are if you're not into jazz or classical music or opera, you are unsophisticated. I must say I'm unsophisticated because we don't want that sophistication. If that's sophistication, then can't keep it. We don't want it. My ears gonna hurt me. I was there listening to it saying I could be any place else. I like the environment, don't get me wrong. I like the museum, it was really nice. I looked at some of the art there, that other African art, which was really interesting. A lot of stuff from the 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th century. But the jazz thing, especially the kind of jazz we're playing, not my speed. I hear you, Javi. I hear you, Javinberg. Yeah, it's not my speed. It's not my speed. Yeah, Hor, I hear you. No, I would agree with that. I am not. I like the contemporary music, but I'm not. It's one thing about contemporary music. You know, in the olden days when we had DJs, there was really a time where it was pure music first. Then what we call the slackness came in, and then it evolved a little bit better to be more listening. And we went from one place to the next. The slackness it's not even slackness anymore. Slackness has become normalized. What was called slackness back in the days is now normalized. And I always thought that given the proliferation of devices to hear music nowadays, I'm not sure it's cool for a 5-6-year-old to listen to some of those music. It's just not. Eventually they're going to learn about those things, but I just think society is not. It's almost like some people may think it's bad, me saying it's almost like a degradation of society when all this type of music which has certain lyrics to it, it used to be censored at one point, or they would have a good clean version and a more raw version, and now all I'm hearing are the raw versions. And sometimes I'm saying the reason why music sometimes should be good is you can be cute with the lyrics, right? Everything don't have to be playing in your face. You put the lyrics in such a way in which somebody has to interpret it, and they can interpret it in different ways, and it's cute. And the lyrics are such in a way in which, you know what, you have to decipher certain things, and when you get it, you're so happy you get it, and it makes sense. I think the way you think about it may not be what the artist is trying to say, but your digestion of it, and you can put a spin on it. Nowadays, it's just raw, plain in your face. There's nothing there to decipher. It's just, yeah. That's my view anyway. General, oh, TK. I don't think it was TK. What's the name again? I think I know what you're talking about though. Yeah, I think I have a radio voice actually. I radio face them say, but I think I have a radio voice. Which I thought about doing voiceovers at one point, but then reality hits and I say, you know what, not really bother with that. Just do it. The YouTube thing. No, I'm not. No, I'm like plain vanilla and I've become to certain things of people. Yeah, I would agree, DC. I agree, DJ Gigs. I agree wholeheartedly. That's exactly. Well, maybe because over time, those new songs now, which become older, but I don't. I listen to music and I think about, is the music long lasting, right? Like some of Buja music, and Buja is a sing J. They last for long periods of time. It doesn't have to be like a Bob Marley music, which is more music that's trying to inform you and educate you. It could be music whereby, you know what, you have some relationship with the lyrics, the words, and it resonates and it lasts for a long period of time because it can apply to any situation, anyone. A lot of these music that people sing nowadays are dancehall music, and dancehall has become more popular. Because I hear some of these raw, I watch some YouTube videos with kids in maybe France or England or Holland or Germany, and they love the raw stuff. I'm not sure they even understand some of the raw stuff, but they love it. So you have to give the people what they want, I guess. Yeah, there's no subtlety to the music. You know how well subtle work, people. When you're subtle, but somebody gets it after a while, you're like, whoa, right? Or something which is not just plain vanilla. It's plain vanilla. It doesn't have no intrigue to it. All right, thank you. Your inspirational message. See, people, the name is reflective of the person's comment. Even if me not good, it might give me some encouragement. Even if me not good, it might give me some encouragement. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I truly appreciate it. And I was watching something. I'm just rambling now, people. I was reading something the other day where Mark Zuckerberg, who runs Facebook, he poached, so he pulled from Apple their top AI person, and his total compensation package was $200 million. Let me repeat that, people. He's a worker. He pulled him from Apple and paid him $200 million in total compensation, which is about stocks and cash or whatever he's paying him, whatever currency he gets paid in. $200 million. Damn. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I came to this earth too early. That's a lot of money. Oh, inspirational is a female. Oh, wait. I apologize profusely, inspirational. You know what, people? For those of you in the chat, if you're a female, I need to know if you're a female. My female audience needs to improve. So inspirational, if you have any ladies who, first of all, let me just say this. If you guys want to hear about other subjects apart from what I talk about, please tell me. I'm trying to get a broader female audience. My female audience is like about 4%, which is awful, actually. So I'm doing something wrong, totally wrong. That needs to change materially. I like to have an even split, actually, in terms of my audience. Now, I know some females may not like sports, but they like other things to talk about. So, and by the way, I've been talking about my website for the last 3 months. It's 3 months delayed because I've been traveling for the last 2 months, actually. But it's close. So I want you guys to go there. I want to be your one-stop shop for news. So I'm going to make sure that when I get it up and running, it's relevant. It talks about things real time. It captures news, sports, social matters. And I should drop it. I'm hoping to drop it I was going to say by next week, but I'm not going to drop it next week because it has to be ready for prime time before I drop it. So the outlay is done. They're trying to teach me now how to actually operate it. That's where we are. But I hope to get it up and running. And I'm going to link this channel to it when I do get up and running. And I may even have it have its own channel, actually. Yes, Peter Mystic, I saw that. Hey, people. Hey, Peter. So you guys know this story, right? Peter Mystic is talking about a technology CEO who got caught with his head of HR. They were at a concert. Somebody put a camera on them. When the camera got on them, and I've seen this happen before. Don't ask me where. The CEO realized he was on camera because he was being called out by the person who was announcing. He fell to the ground trying to hide. She backed away. Too late. And apparently, she's married to another CEO of another company. So it's been in the news quite a bit. They're both Caucasian. And race doesn't matter, but just make that clear. Go watch it, people. It's interesting. It's not funny because lives have been destroyed based on that. Now, it was being destroyed already because they were cheating, but lives have been destroyed. Like, it's bad. Yeah. No. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. Now, think about it this way. So your HR person, the ones who does the HR person supposed to be the one who is the one who's supposed to be have integrity, morality, do the right thing. They're HR, They're the ones you go to when you're in the company, when things go wrong, your boss things not working. They're the ones who bring you on board, who let you read all these company policies about doing the right thing. And they're the ones doing the wrong thing. Like, first of all, how do you even approach your head of HR to a relationship? I don't even understand that. No locked in arms. He was hugging her. He had his arms around her because I saw it. I saw the video. He wasn't looking for it. It just came up on some feed I was watching. And then he fell to the ground when he realized he was being caught. So it's a lot of fallout from that, actually. Families got destroyed. I'm sure they probably have kids. It's a nightmare. Well, you know what? The world saw them. So that's his problem. Don't get caught. No, is it really dumb decision though? I think human beings. I don't want to go into this rabbit hole, but I think human beings have a misconception about them, the whole human construct in terms of when people are attracted to each other, they may do things, right? You see somebody's it's animal instinct. We think we are so sophisticated as people. It's animal instinct. They're not even thinking about. I always tell my niece and nephews this who live with me. I have a few of them live with me. Before you make a decision, before you make any decision, think about worst case scenario. If I'm driving too fast and I meet an accident, what can happen? I give them examples. What's the worst case scenario could happen? And if you can't live with the consequences, don't do it. Right? If the CEO talk about it, if I got caught, what's the implication to me, my family? It's cheaper to keep her. I mean, I have to get divorced. Assets get split in half. I got to pay child support. 27% in New York, what the number is, or 70% in New York. It's a big number. 70% in New York. It's 2 kids, about 20-something%. It's a big number, wherever you are in the country. So what's the worst case scenario? Work it out in your mind. And if you can't live with the consequences, don't do it. Yes, they were out in public at a concert, people hugging up. You never know. And there are cameras everywhere nowadays. So even though they're probably very smart people, they're very dumb people. Well, I mean, the way he dropped to the ground is cheating. I've seen that before, actually. The way he dropped to the ground was cheating. He looked like somebody got shot. It looked like he got shot, which is unfortunate because I don't know how you can't even explain that way. You can't explain it that way. Yeah, well, they may subscribe. I don't know inspirational because, I don't know. I don't know actually. Maybe they don't love sports, so maybe I need to. Well, I'm gonna change the content anyway. So, let me know inspirational. What kind of topics they like? Like I know some people like the religion thing, but for me, it's the wrong thing because as you know, guys know I'm not religious, so I get beaten about that, even my own household. Like I was talking to my sister the other day about Jesus, and my sister is on the extreme opposite of me when it comes to religion, like extreme. So we can't really have a good conversation. And I was listening to her and observing her and thinking, I'm barking up the wrong tree, so let's change the subject because I would make no inroads. She don't even want to think about it. It's not even an idea for her to think about anything that doesn't say go in one direction. So, um, I'm not gonna put up big boy comment, but I hear you, big head. Yeah, relationships are destroyers of relationships. Relationships are destroyers of relationships. That's how it works. You're married, you go outside, you meet somebody, the chemistry hits, you're struggling with what to do, not to do. Both of you like each other, and you decide to take a risk, and you get caught. And some people do it forever and don't get caught. They love sports, so maybe I'm not talking about the right sports. Even though I think Peter did Peter send me something? Hey Peter, you sent me that thing with you know what? I should play it. I think Peter sent me something with I think it was Peter with some Jamaican. So we were talking about this the other day, right? Some Jamaican ice hockey players who there's a lot of them. Someone said it was like 80. A lot of them based in Canada, but some based in Europe who play ice hockey and represent Jamaica. I think they are probably all naturalized, and most of them naturalized. And how they were talking about how proud they were of wearing the Jamaica shirt. And I felt very good about that because, we have this whole, in our forum, back and forth about diaspora versus local. And they're born in a country, but feel accepted by Jamaica. So, yeah, I think that's a really good thing. I think Devin also mentioned about the hockey team, but Peter sent me a video on it. Somebody did a video on them, and it was pretty good, actually. One of these days I'll play it. Bless up, Princess Jillian. Thanks for being here. So not a female. That's a good thing. I assume you're a female, Princess Jillian. I don't want to make assumptions that based on name. It says princess. So I assume that you are. Yeah, bro, man, I saw that. And they were talking about that the other day, actually. And I hear him repping Cartel and stuff. So, yeah. Even though if you look at the physical appearance, Palmer doesn't look like he has any black affiliation, at least to me anyway. But yeah, I know DC is female, but I didn't know you were female inspiration. I think A.M. Henry is female also. A.M. Henry was in the chat. I think she's female also, if I'm not mistaken. So that's 3 out of my numbers. That's 3 out of 3,000. It's not even 1%. And Princess Jill is probably female. Colin Quest says, one wife for life. Colin, I don't know how to interpret that comment. So let me say this. If you say one wife for life, doesn't mean you don't have mistress and girlfriends, right? Doesn't mean you have mistress and girlfriends. You could be one wife for life, but do you say it's the only one person and I'll never cheat or mess with anybody else? There's a difference. There's a difference. When you talk about that. So no, I don't. Look, people are gonna cheat. People are gonna cheat. I have this perspective on life. Some people hate me saying this, but I'm gonna get myself in trouble with some of the females here and some of the males too. Here's my view on it, people. Should I even say this? I'm gonna say it anyway. I think it's very difficult for any one person. Suppose you meet your high school sweetheart in the 3rd grade to be that person for the rest of your life. There is one thing, curiosity. So that's like saying, and people don't like me do analogy between things and human beings, but that's like saying I bought a Porsche, a brilliant Porsche, a nice Porsche, when I was 20. And that Porsche can save me for the rest of my life, can serve me. Do you want that one Porsche? You want to check a Mercedes Benz, a Ferrari, a Civic, whatever it is. Okay, so Princess Jillian saying she's a female last time she checked. I'm not trying to be offensive, Princess Jillian. I'm just saying, I don't know. Name doesn't tell me who the person is because I didn't know inspirational message was a female until she indicated that to me. So Colin Quest said only one. And then I double down business and triple down. So Colin Quest, you're not a Jamaican man. Are you a Jamaican, Colin Quest? No, this is bad. Me going there now. You Jamaican? Because most Jamaican men I know doesn't really have that perspective, right? And by the way, I'm not Jamaican today. I'm diaspora today. I'm British today. Just saying. So if I talk about anything about Jamaican, it doesn't apply to me because I'm British today. I'm cleaning my Britishness today just until this show is over. Then I go back to being Jamaican. Yeah, Peter, because human beings have this misconception that they're important to the universe and they're not. They're just another cog in the wheel of the universe. They're not. So when you analogize human being anything else, they lose their mind, and I laugh and say, okay, fine. If you get upset, that's okay. But most people I know, women and men, like variety in life. They want to have, some people have 4, 5, 6 cars. I don't know if there's anything to do with their women. I'm not saying you should do that when it comes to human beings because people have feelings, right? But the point I'm trying to make is that it's unrealistic to expect any person to go through the entire life with one relationship. Now, you probably should go through life and you should make sure you're dating one person at the time you're dealing with them and not, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you can't go, I don't think you can go through your entire life with just dating one person or married to one person and never experience with somebody else. Because we're always saying that you have to be versatile. You have to ensure that you check out different things before you make a decision. That's the way I view it. So you're coming, no, I'm not coming here human enrichment car. I'm saying what you like. So you may like different cars. You may like different countries, different hotels. You may love different hotels in different countries. It's trial and error. Yes, it's trial and error. Can you? Okay, so I'm gonna get myself in trouble, but to get in trouble is what I do well. You can think about it. So you get involved with somebody, right? Like how you have arranged marriage in India, and India have limited or so divorce because it's a cultural thing. And then certain things don't work well in certain environments. You know what I'm talking about. I won't be explicit and crude. What do? You're stuck. Right? The night of your honeymoon, things don't work out well, and you know you ain't gonna get no better. Right? What are you gonna do? Just say, oh, you know what? I gotta live with that? That's kind of hard to do, people. I'm sorry. That's the point. No. I don't think at 20 you should be no one. No. I think you should. I think the ideal age is like 30, for example, to settle down. Men and women, actually. I think you should be building your career between 20 and 30 and exploring opportunities. You may find somebody between 20 and 30 who say, you know what, this is the person. But I think that's where you have to, how do I put this? And I get myself in trouble. You have to have a good sample size to make a decision from, a decent sample size. Now, for a woman, that's difficult because, men are very judgmental. And they don't believe in the sample size thing for women because the woman has to have just one person ever. That's what the man thinks. That's why women tell the man, them say, I've only been with 2 people, I have 4 people, I have 3 people. And then go above a certain number, then lose the person. All right? Man can beat in chest and say much people. Woman have to struggle and say, boy, give him a number when you know you got to resonate with him. Give him a number you can hold on pan. If a woman say 5, I really 15. Okay, some people buy it. If she tell you to have 5, at 10 to 15, she talk about. At a minimum. Oh, there's a joke here. Maybe it's a bad culture. It's a bad culture, Odell. Cranky, like you told me one of that you're Jamaican all Good afternoon.
Cranky, good afternoon. Cranky.
Yeah? What's that?
Because I said I know I have to come here. Because I didn't even knew that you were out of the island.
CC, your phone bad, not CC. This is CC, people. If you don't know CC, CC is a football announcer in Jamaica who has his your Virgin game with Nigeria versus Jamaica. So you go.
Yeah. Easy.
The nice background. Okay, that's better. Go ahead, CC.
Yeah. I think it was on the car because I'm driving.
Okay.
So, yeah. Why you two was say I'm only in my car, I'm streaming. So I have to wonder.
You turn Maverick, them kick it to the house.
Yeah.
Maverick homeless, homeless, so them not care all the time. Go ahead.
What I say is if you have a bicycle, I stream for the bicycle too. But if you get a bicycle right now,
Yeah?
If you buy one, as I talk about it, but bicycle get expensive. When we see man have 40,000 and 60,000, yeah, bicycle.
You mean wait. Back up. People, when you say 40,000, he's not talking about real dollars. He's talking about play money. So divide the 140 by about 155 to get to the real number. When you say 40,000, not 40,000 US dollars. It's play money. It's play money. It's play money.
When you play money, I play money. And a real monopoly.
Monopoly money, yeah. Hey, we got Jamaica. I'm a traffic. We say, boy, give me the biggest bills I have now because your pocket full up of people. So if you can't wear what in the back pocket, it's full up. You get some. The man give me so much. What them give me like $1,000 bill, which is about what?
Yeah.
What, $6? What do you want? Give me say no, nobody with that. Nobody with that. Give me the 50 them.
When you say give you 5,000 them.
Yeah. More than 5,000. The bigger number. The bigger number.
But then Cranky, if you ever live at Jamaica, you know what the 5,000, you know?
No?
Because if you lost the 5,000, my gosh.
Okay, I hear what you say.
Yeah,
I'm not intention to lose it. Well, the other day I lose 5,000, 2,000, and 1,000. How you lost it? What you did?
Cranky, I tell you, I work, and I still think I think of the cleaning lady take my money.
When I was on the poor people, and anything we're going to go put the poor people in.
Cranky,
I don't know if you're poor, but like, go put poor people right away.
When I moved from the desk, I had the money in my pocket at my desk. Take out my money out of my pocket. Like, I take out some out of my pocket. I give the bearer. Bearer goes to my drop off when I drop off. Me now leave God out of my yard. When me I go downstairs, now I feel no money.
Okay. Well, I don't know who to blame for that.
But I asked them to run the camera and people look like them. I look for me like $8,000 is what? I'm like, these people don't understand stuff. Yeah, man, lose 8,000. I'm say run the camera. Let me see if somebody take up something for it.
So did they find who took it?
No, they're not. They've not run the camera. But Cranky, maybe the cleaning lady, but it is what it is. Maybe they needed it more than me at that time, yeah, man.
No, I hear you.
That's why when you lose money, that I have to say that hopefully the person who got found it or somebody was in need.
Yeah, no, that you can only hope for that, right? More than likely somebody who don't need the money will find it. More than likely, that's how life working. People who don't need it, them find it.
I go on a party, go and buy any with my money to box cover.
Yeah. That's probably what happened. That's what happened.
Yeah. But Cranky, me here a while ago on a topic where I say a woman can't do. They must be discreet to their number.
Yeah. So people, welcome to the Cranky Show, talking about relationships. We have moved away from Oblique, obliterating Noah and the Field and Jamaica 4x1 team. We're now into relationships. So go ahead, CC.
Yeah, but the thing about it, Cranky, it's a woman, all right, but from olden days, you know, like a woman who has been with multiple men is not. Put it like this: women have more of, I don't know if a society or what, but it's like them have more of a timestamp on themselves.
What do you mean by timestamp? Elaborate.
Like, all right, for example, a man gets more attractive probably the older he is. A man can, like a man...
Wait. Back up. You mean in pocket get more attractive? You don't get more attractive. In pocket get more attractive.
All right, so put it like this then, Cranky, then. When a man, for example, what a woman born with, that's what a man is looking for. A man looks for in a woman what she comes with. You're born like this. But a woman is looking for what the man don't born with, what the man gain. So the older you get, the more you gain. If you are somebody who have ambition. So the more you become more attractive in this sphere. That's why I always tell some young youth, say, yo, buy something that clean, have decent clothes, upgrade yourself, take care of yourself. If you invest in yourself, you're going to be more attractive to these women. Buy nice cologne, them look or something there. Take care of yourself. But if you're out here investing in a woman, whilst you are deteriorating, you're becoming less and less attractive.
How do you define investing in a woman?
All right, so investing in a woman, Cranky, is taking care of that woman every need as if she's your daughter.
Okay. I hope you're not messing with you. Anyway, man, go there. I leave that alone. So every needs. What does every needs mean? You gotta elaborate.
All right. So
Break it down. Break it
for
down for me. Break it down
example,
for me. Break it down for
so,
me.
so let me break it down then. You are you are you honestly feel you don't live together, right? So you have this
Yeah.
woman out there. You're paying rent or mortgage, whichever you pay. Paying light, you're paying internet, you're paying water, you're paying all of the
So
utilities.
you say your boobs then. You say your boobs then. You say your boobs. That's what you say.
Then,
So not call it.
basically.
Okay.
But if you live, let me put it like this: if I live with someone, live with a woman, that's a different thing. Like we already know how we are organized the things. Then what I mean, pay utilities, and she deals with the groceries, food and
Wait.
stuff.
Do you live
But
with? Do you live with her? Is that what you're saying? You live with her?
no, I'm saying if I live with if I live with a woman,
Okay.
you know how you organize,
Right.
you know what y'all doing, like you know who is responsible for what, and you know the general things, right?
Yeah.
But me as
Yeah. Breakup CC. Okay.
like
You go to a
a
spot.
man who doesn't live with a woman,
Right.
you don't live with, you're a woman together, but you don't live with the woman, or you have multiple women out the road, and you'll be paying all of these expenses whilst the woman is working. Like, why not just move her in then?
Oh, so you're saying if you are spending all that money to support her financially, you should just cohabitate, right? She come and live with you, and then you'll probably save some expenses. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
But suppose your person would like to dabble, so you can't afford to move her into your house, because then that's affect your ability to dabble. How does that work?
she's there. Because if I want country, then why not move her in? And if she says, "No,
Yeah,
space, then I pay for your space."
but enough man don't want to live with no woman. Well, not enough, but
All
some man
right,
don't
then.
want to live with no woman.
But if you don't want to live with that woman, then you have to decide what you're going to do. Be upfront to the woman from day one. And if she knows, say, yo, you're not paying for her space.
So the man is not
So you have to
Jamaican. So the man is not Jamaican. Then you're saying it's not a Jamaican man you're talking about?
They're not Jamaican man, they might be situated. They don't want to
No. You missed my point. You missed my point. If you go, you're saying the man should be transparent. That's what you're saying, right?
Oh,
I'm just trying to be clear what you're saying.
all right. The thing about it,
Yeah.
but the thing about it, let's tell you, a lot of men don't realize that they put themselves in certain issues when they lead with a certain type of tactic.
Right. Okay.
So, for example, if you lead always be in a situation where it's your pocket, but if you lead with transparency and let the lady know, yo, this is how we are going about things, and if it gets more serious, then we're considering moving in together and those things. But you know, if it's not, you're just starting out dating and those things, then that's a different thing. You're dating, carrying her out, all of the things when you're pursuing this woman, right?
Right.
So that's a different thing. You're pursuing her, career and dates, all of those things. You go different places if you can afford to. If you want to fly out, you can do that too. But when it comes down to, like you're saying, you make sure know that if it gets more serious, then you know we'll consider moving in together and all of those things. But if she comes to you with, oh,
I think we lost CC.
like that, say you're dating her, and she says you can't find this month's rent, and this month's rent is like $1,000 then Cranky for person.
Right.
You may say if you look at it and you can help her, say, oh, well, I have $500, so I mean I can help you towards it.
But yeah, that's not new. So you're not living in New York. Right? No rent in New York and $1,000 US. So anyway, but you're right. If it's Jamaica, it could be $1,000 US. And then you're saying that if you can afford to help her, suppose you can't afford to help her, should she just trade you in for somebody who can?
If you can't afford to help her at that point in time, you tell her that, you know, I'm not in a position to help with that at this point in time.
Okay.
So at least, as me said, from the first time the woman and the man during the dating period, she should be able to know the type of man that she is with at the time.
Right.
If the man live a certain type of frugal lifestyle, then that's different. So she's supposed to know what she wants versus the man supposed to know what he wants. But I don't believe a man should be mean even so that You have some man where it's like they don't want to carry the woman for a date and carry out the woman and them something that's cranky. It's like they just want to carry the woman at them yard, do what them do, and that's it.
I hear you. I hear CC. No, I hear you. I hear you. So I assume
But
that
I mean, like,
assume that you're living what you're preaching.
yeah, cranky then wait him. No, listen to me. You know, me always tell the man them, be a gentleman to every woman. Because if a woman doesn't, like if you're a person woman and it doesn't work out,
Yeah.
don't make it be because of you.
I hear you. I hear you. No, I hear
So
you.
when you walk away from a situation, you can always say, oh, well, it's her loss. So it ain't like you are going to change up who you are for anybody. You're being consistent across the board. So you're not dating Stacy and you treat Stacy different from you dating Marie and that treat her different. No. A one constant, and this is how you're doing it. Not saying that you won't learn from certain things and improve, because you're going to grow too, But you're not changing, you're not making wholesale changes to facilitate somebody in your life.
No, I hear you. It's good advice. Good advice. Good advice. Let me guys know in the chat if you agree with CC. CC say you should be consistently a good person when you're dating, and then it's not hard to decipher who you are. And you should treat the woman with respect, which we all should, which everyone should actually treat each other with respect, and respect will be bestowed upon you most times.
Yeah. So if you feel like you reach a point and you feel it's not meshing, then you walk away. Like respectfully, you tell the young lady, say, I don't think this is working out between the both of us, and I think it would be better for us to separate and find our happiness otherwise.
Yeah, no, I hear you, CC.
And not even that too, like even separating from a person. Don't just send a random text. Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that people.
Oh, you mean if you break up with somebody? What do you think is the best way to break up?
I think the best way to break up is like in person.
Okay. Is there a certain surrounding, a certain mood for that breakup? How does that work?
I think I would carry out the young lady. This probably sounds cruel still enough.
You carry to the best restaurant and tell us that no more of this kind of food. That's easy.
No. I would carry her out, no, man. Not even say best restaurant, but like we talk and I say, I based on so and so, I don't think it's working out. However, we can still be casual with each other. Like if I see you, we're not enemies or anything like that.
Right.
Not even saying you're friends, but we can still be courteous with each other.
Yeah, but that's only good for the person who's doing the breaking up, It's not good for the person who's been broken up with. Because think about it. Somebody's going to dump you. There's nothing can tell you that's going to sound good. Nothing. Nothing. If somebody had dumped you, I assume that most people have been dumped at some point in their life, no matter who you think you are, no matter how smart you are, no matter how much money you have been dumped. I don't think it's anywhere, anytime where you've been told you've been dumped and you'll go feel good. Unless it was something that fade out and never really matter. Both of you just want to exit.
Yeah. You'll never feel, no man. You'll never feel good, man. It's never like it would be a fit. But me try to do Cranky. Me personally, if me see, a girl ever like, have I been in a relationship where a girl like dumped me? No. Put it like this. I don't think I've ever been dumped, but I've been duped.
What's the difference?
Right, the difference is this.
If you're duped, you're not going to be with her going forward. So isn't it like you get inadvertently dumped?
Cranky. You have this, because I remember one time, duped is worse. Because I was about 16, I think. And where this girl I like, and I've had to money to my partner and everything.
16 years, 16 years.
Well,
you start the whoop things early. You start the whoop things early.
What I say? I do hairstyle, Cranky. I do our hair, so Cranky. We got the party. The only wine that I got was a Magnum tonic wine. Not even a older than no. I learned my lesson very early. Very, very young.
I hear you, CC. I hear you.
Cranky, I learned my lesson very early, man. My girl, I think she was probably 22.
And you were 16?
Yeah.
Oh, you have them little puppy love thing and get your
So,
heart broken.
like you said, let's look a boy. Watch him.
22, 16.
22. That's the boy. It is what it is still.
I hear you.
But Cranky, them things, that's the thing to tell people, you know. You rather that happened to you when you're 16 than it happened to you when you're 30. Because we can tell you, a lot of people, there's certain things they never go through when they're young. And when they go through it when they're older, they can't handle it. They don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to process it.
Somebody say
And
you
it
should you
leads
should, you
to,
should report her. You were assaulted.
now what they look into it, a lot of people, and it's on a serious note, where you see a lot of people end up in suicide and that kind of, or harm themselves and that kind of things. In terms of, like, out of relationship.
Yeah. So, CC, I have a question for you. I have a question for you. You ever had your heart being broken by a woman before?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What was what was
Yeah.
the solution for that? What's the solution?
Why
And
Cranky,
you
man?
guys in the chat can tell me. You guys have had your heart broken, man or woman, and tell me what's the solution.
I mean, the solution is just reflecting, like
Okay.
self reflection.
No reflection make it worse because you think about it.
No man, you're thinking about like if what were you like it's almost like you're blaming first stage is blaming yourself. Like you're wondering what you did or what you did not do for this to happen. You
Oh, okay,
understand? Say,
okay.
or you probably reach a stage where they call it denial. You deny say this happened.
Right.
But then you start blaming yourself. But it's just a process of healing and getting over that person.
Okay.
So you end up just so it's a period where you go through like self-reflection and saying, even though this happened and the person broke your heart, you don't want to, because what you don't want to do is carry that over into another relationship.
No, I hear you.
And you know how to maneuver or handle those things. So you reflect on it and you process it. And then you move on from it.
No, it's sometimes, well, some people don't move on at all.
Because sometimes some persons what tend to happen, Cranky, is that they don't do introspection.
Okay.
There's no introspection of themselves. So they don't look inwards to see how things went. Or like it's like an evaluation of the period that you spent with that person.
Right.
Maybe it hurt, but it's going to always hurt before it gets better.
Well, that's true. If it really was a situation where you care about the person, yes, that's definitely the case.
Yeah, you're gonna hurt before it gets better. So you have to always know that you're gonna feel that way there before. And then no man is on the island. I internalize things. You must have someone who can talk to. I mean, some people don't want to talk about the entire this or that, but I mean, in a space where you have to process your emotions. And I think as men, some of the times men mostly don't tend to want to process their emotions. So because them feel like it makes them weak or it makes them less masculine or whatever they think it is. So you have to process your emotions and know say, if you have somebody to talk to, and I think us as men we have to talk to, befriend them. Like we know we have a bridging and stuff, we have to talk to them about those kind of things. Like we can't leave it to a situation where we're not talking to the men them for know say, this is, if you feel hurt, it's okay to let out the emotions. It's okay for you to feel this way. You get the message, Cranky?
If you're a Jamaican man and those things are not received or accepted in your environment, what do you do?
And that's the thing, Cranky. I think that's the end. If it's not received in your environment, then you have to seek out an environment in which it is received. That's why you have
Okay.
to change up the circle that you're in, Like you can't. I don't think I should be around people who are lacking emotional intelligence and not willing to accept or learn or develop some amount of apathy or You know, if it doesn't make any sense because you have feelings. Everybody have feelings. We're all humans.
And that's
So
true.
you think like we are make up genetic? All right, put it like this: anatomically, we might have certain differences with men and women, but in terms of your internal makeup, we have the same. We might not have it at the same level, but we have the same set of hormones. We just have as a man, you have more testosterone and less of the I think it's progesterone and the as, but it doesn't mean that you should be you get a cut tough, you know, you tough it out and them things, but in terms of emotionally, I think a lot of the times we bottle up our emotions and men don't like to talk to men. Me tell my virgin, I say, brother, I want you. If you love the girl and you feel like she hurt you, there's not a problem to cry, bro. Let out the
Oh,
if
so
you feel like a tears are gonna make you feel better.
you know the crying thing, the crying thing.
Now I'm saying if you feel like tears is going to make you better,
Okay.
just don't say, oh, cry the tears.
I will admit people me not like crying thing. Me
not
appreciate
like it,
me appreciate when you
but
say
I do
CC,
it.
and I agree with you
I don't like it.
about being able to
I
share
don't
your
like
thoughts and your perspective with others to help you overcome certain adversities. But I'll admit, me not like crying thing. You have to toughen up. But I will say this though.
I don't really like it.
I think it's easier to get hit by a right hand and you come away versus some broken heart thing. A broken heart thing, you can't really touch it and feel it, you know. You can't even put dressing on it, you know. You have to just wait for time to make it go.
I told you that, man. It's not something. It's not tangible. So it's like you're getting over it is not. It's hard.
It is. I'm gonna give you an example, people. I'm gonna give you an example. So I have a fleshy, right, a Neville, and don't call him a gallus. You know, because people call him gallus. But you know, as a gallus, you always meet somebody who tame you a little bit, right? And he got tamed a little bit, and then he broke up. And so the man walk on the place like a madman, and I said, "Well, what do you my youth?" And I said, "You don't understand, don't get it." And I start laughing. I said, "No, me get it. Just time we heal, man. Don't worry about it." I'm like, "No, time can't heal the cat." I said, "No, man, don't worry about it. Just drink some water. Don't go run beat nobody else, cause no, you're a girl, but it's not gonna work. You could be another 100, another woman, it's not gonna help you." After a while, the time help him, time help him, but you just need time. You just need time.
A time, man, because as I say, if you even go towards 5 other female, you're probably just going to hurt those people.
You probably hurt yourself, because it's not going to help you.
Exactly.
But anyway, CC, some other people want to call in. Look come on. But CC, I appreciate the call, sir. Very, very good information. I'll call people. We can all learn from this. And appreciate it, CC. But CC, don't spend all your money on woman. So I'm never say before you go. All right, just advice from Cranky. Later. All right, bless. All right, that was CC, people. Good call. Let me call back. Odell. Good call, CC. So this is Cranky, the therapist. If you want to call in, you have something on your mind you want to talk about, I'm here for you. We have moved from Oblique to the therapy. Good evening. Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, man. Bless up, Cranky. Bless up.
Bless up. What do I say?
I'm there, man. Well, you know, I think the reason the area talk about the woman them when them lie about how much man they do it.
Oh yes.
So a girl made a talk to one time. You know, she tell me, say, all right, 3 man alone she been with, you know. So after, you know, a couple months of deal with her and whatever.
Wait, did she Did she say what time period though?
No, we know. She just said in her life.
in her entire life. Okay.
Yeah, but only kind of, you know, I was like, something just never sound right. But, you know, months after, she said to me one day, say, "Oh, she need to talk to me." So I said, "Oh, what?" She's like, "Yeah, some pictures are circulate with she right now." So I said, "What kind of picture?" You know, some picture she has smoke a cigar. You know? So right away, I'm like, all right, you know, things start go downhill now. Where me I say, well, I think she was this good person and all that. Ray, you know, come to find out, it's like it's just a piece of trash. So it's like you can't. Them things that scare me. So me become who me is where now. It's like no, me not do them things with no woman no more. It's just me rather take my regular trip and go Medellin and Dominican Republic. Here to play, just these are the way. You understand? Me not funny.
So wait, you're scarred for life then. You need therapy, man.
Yeah, man.
You need therapy. You need therapy, man.
No,
You need
man.
therapy. You need therapy. You need therapy. You need therapy.
No, I have a couple things for the side. I have a couple things for the side, but nothing serious. Me not gonna invest in you see these women nowadays have to understand something that's funky. Most of them is mostly in it for where they can get out of a man and for now. It's like everybody wants something. And the minute you're not in a position to give them something, trust me. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But here's my view on that. So I would admit that there's some women who only think about the what they can get financially, materially from a relationship. But there are a lot of good women out there who don't think that way, who are independent, who have their own resources, and who are looking for somebody who have the same mindset that they do and same objective as they do. So I don't think people should be discouraged by one or two bad relationships. It may take 5 or 10 for you to find that right person, but the person out there, trust me, them dead man.
Yeah, but that's why when we don't me keep them on the side. You understand? Where me know all right. There's no strong feelings attached. Me not gonna do things reaching already when you have to sit down on couch and for deep move. Me not defend that again now. You have feelings. Yeah, me not defend them.
But let me say something. Most people, if you are, so here's what people don't really understand in life. You may like somebody, but they may not like you the same way, right? It's not the norm all the time for to meet somebody who you both think the same, the attraction is the same. So you have to understand that I may really like somebody, but you know what? It may not. She may not be good for me, or he may not be good for me, because the chemistry is not the same. My chemistry with the person is strong. It's not vice versa. So you may have to give up that opportunity, because it's not really an opportunity. It's a detriment to you, and find somebody you better align with.
Yeah, that's true. But boy, it rough nowadays to really know who is who, because even one of my brethren, him get talk to this girl, and him pay for everything, him send her, she go to law school and all that. The minute she finish law school, things change,
Yeah, but here's the problem. Here's the thing, though, and those are difficult ones. But if you sending me to law school, are you uplifting yourself? Because you have to remember, the circles that she's operating, she's going to change, right? Yep. The more you progress and the more you're improving yourself, your partner has to also elevate themselves also. Because for example, and this is not to denigrate anybody's profession, people. I know plumbers who are millionaires, but say you're a plumber, you move in a plumber circle. Just put it that way there. Plain vanilla example. But I'm not going to law school. I'm going to move in the circles where they're lawyers. Women, the man or woman who are moving in different circles, and man will do this less than women, actually. They're going to feel a little bit that way when they go talk to them, especially with the friends. The friends are the pressure people, peer pressure, What your boyfriend do, what your husband do, what your partner do. And say, why am I a plumber? He may be a millionaire plumber. Still, even the profession itself is not is high regard for those individuals, which is not fear. So, but you have to make sure you have a woman who's strong in her conviction, her will towards you, to make sure that, you know what? You're of equal yoke in the context of what you're trying to achieve, not necessarily what vocation that you're employed in. Because people feel the peer pressure. They have to move in certain circles. Yeah, they feel peer pressure. And as you mentioned with the person with the lawyer, that may not work out well.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But I say, man, but tell the truth, Cranky, I don't mind the woman over Medellin and call me Papi, but yeah, man, that's all the call for really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, I appreciate the call, man.
Send me money over there, so.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool.
Appreciate the call. Cool. All right, people, that was a good call. Look, you can't be discouraged because you're in a relationship that doesn't work out well. You can't be discouraged. And you can't be discouraged if you meet a few people and then what I'm calling Jamaica, them boobs you. It means they pursue you for your resources and then they move on. These things happen. What you have to do is, as has been mentioned in the chat quite a bit, is learn from your experiences. And the whole love thing and like thing and relationship thing is a difficult thing, But it happens 24/7. And it won't always be perfect. The divorce rate give you an idea that these things don't last forever. If you look at divorce rate, even the second time around is even worse than the first time around, Because sometimes when you're divorced the first time, now you're gonna have more resources at your disposal than us. You're not put up with the nonsense, as them call it. You're gonna put up with the nonsense on either side, man and woman. Lord DC. In either way, DC, some plumbing is occurring. Brando said, oftentimes people don't realize it's their selection, and they didn't the same person in a different. But yes, sometimes it's true. We can't stand our own. We can't be with our own selves. I couldn't be with myself actually. That'd be a problem. You have to have patience to be with me. I will admit that. So, I understand how that works. And people have to understand that they can't do for replicas of themselves when them sometimes are difficult to deal with. Paper places cranky, that's it. Women most time think once they elevate, it's time to move on. Yeah. And I think the man has to realize that he also has to uplift himself to match. Because sometimes it's difficult for the woman, right? In the US, for example, and in Jamaica, but it's even worse in Jamaica nowadays. A lot of women are going to higher education, right? Tertiary education. They go get their master's and PhD, and they want somebody who have equivalence to them, because that's the circles they move in, and they can't find it. And then for them friend who may be in a different situation will apply peer pressure. So what do you do if you're the woman? Right? So the man have to step up them game. Seriously. Now I say this actually, because I lived in England for a little bit. In England, and people may not like me saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. In England, what I realize is that a lot of the brothers, I'm gonna say brothers who are black men, they're not dating black women. So in England, if you see a lot of black women who are dating outside their race, it's because they can't find a black man in England. It's bad in England. Because the black men in England seem to have this elevated status when it comes to engaging with the opposite sex. They're not struggling to find relationships. They have their pick of the litter. No matter, even if they're financially challenged, they still have their pick. But for the black women, and I've talked to black women in England about this, it's difficult, people. Difficult. They have to pursue people of other races because they can't find people of their own race. And it's not about being discriminatory or being prejudiced or anything. It's just that some people want to prefer to date people in their own race because it's similar culture, and they want to be part of somebody who have the same culture and background as they do. In England, for black women, it's a nightmare. Not only and it's nightmare for black women of different descendants, right? Whether it's Caribbean or Africa, it's the same thing. It's really bad. So none of the women say, you know what, we have no choice. We don't want to be by ourselves, so they pursue people of other races, which is really interesting, actually. Float says CEO get caught. That's what triggered the conversation, Float. So you haven't come to a relationship. We were just talking about track and field, but someone mentioned the CEO is all over the news. If he's infamous, or very famous nowadays. Very famous. So it's interesting, Float, in that situation. It's very ironic that it's the HR person who's supposed to be that person of moral standing in the company that's making sure employees are operating appropriately. Because, in various companies of people, there are requirements and draconian requirements around having a relationship with somebody in the same company, especially when you're a senior person versus the other person, right? So the CEO is senior to the HR person. They're the two people you would least expect to be involved in those situations. Least expect. It's crazy that what happened. And right now, their family is totally destroyed, frankly. DC said, oh, I know, Cranky. I lived 4 months in London, man. It's bad, although I didn't go to days with black. Yeah, no, in England, it's awful for black women. Like people don't realize, So when I used to go to England on business, people, I used to be by the Liverpool Street, St. Paul area. And there used to be a Jamaican restaurant around there. And when I go there, because I'm in England, that's when I meet people, I used to go there and just talk up to people, right? And I would go party with some of those guys. In my younger days, I would go party with some of those guys that I meet in the restaurant. They were all very nice, by the way. All very nice. And they would say, hey, we go party, come change. But I would talk to them. I said, why are you guys not dating any? First of all, they would have relationships at home, but they still go out because they're Jamaican descendants, because the thing is hereditary. The multi-relationship is hereditary. You inherit it. And they would say they don't date black women, and they don't date women because a couple of reasons. One, they would say, look, we can't take the pressure. too much pressure, can't take the nice. When they date people of other persuasion, then come home, they're not getting nice. They want to go party and come home, they're not getting nice in them ears. Black woman in them ears star and can't take the pressure. So at the end of the day, that's why they don't date black women. I always thought that was a little bit of a cop out, frankly, because it's about people and relationship. And I've met a number of black women who basically say, they would say to me that when people see a black couple who are doing really well, they're like stars actually, because you don't see a ton of that actually. And even though athletes are not the best example to use to judge a society, but just look at the athletes that play football at a high level in England. Some of the African guys would have black, but look at the ones from West Indian descent and see if any of them have a black woman for the man. I'm not name nobody's name, but it's rare. It's rare, and you would think that there are no black women in England to date, based on who those athletes and those entertainers are dating. Seriously, but that's just how it is there, and it's. And I know some people even leave there, come to the US to find a black man. Some of the women I know, more than one, have done that. It's really bad actually, and it's unfortunate, but it does happen. Conrad says, I know as an ex, she was a doctor and she married a waiter and I was still blowing out her back. Jesus. So Conrad says, him live weights. It's really a cop out if everyone is doing it. It doesn't show that there's a systematic. Yeah. Princess Gillian says, pressure means you're not doing what you're supposed to do in your relationship with that black woman. That's probably true, Princess Gillian. But I think because it was easier in terms of the engagement model, and look, I would say this though, I think sometimes the black women have to understand how they come across sometimes. That may not sound good to some black women, but they have to come across how you come across, right? If you're in an environment where it's not working for you because of how you engage, you may have to change your engagement. Now, if it's going to be a detriment to you as a person, then you shouldn't. But if you're saying, if it's a theme, where there's a theme amongst the people you want to engage with that they don't like how you engage, then is it really true? And if it's not true, then you should probably change. But if it's true, you should think about changing. You should think about changing because you're not benefiting. And I'm telling you, in England, people don't realize how damning it is in England. It's chronic, actually. It's a national epidemic in England. I'm gonna call it that. It's an epidemic. It's bad. Black women struggle in England to identify a black man who they want to be with. It's not the norm. It's not the norm. And it's been happening forever. When I used to go to England, and when I lived there, I saw it quite a bit. It was really interesting, actually. Really interesting. But it's not going to change anytime soon. In fact, it may only get worse. But so they could come to the US. They can fill out their whatever we call visa you need and come and do their due diligence. It's not as bad in the US, especially in some states. It's interesting, but yeah, in England it's bad. Princess Gillian is right, but I do think that both parties got to look into themselves and figure out what change is required to get to a good place. Doesn't make sense you have an objective and you can't achieve the objective because you're part of the problem to get that objective. You have to be part of the solution. So anyway, I'm not staying longer, people. I think I've overstayed. I came on this to talk about Oblique. Again, I'm going to wrap it up by saying, Oblique, brilliant job. I hope that you carry over this form to the World Championship. It's great to see the men's 4x1 qualifying for the World Championship. It's really disappointing to see that we have to go to so many different relay events to get qualification. So yeah. So who should we blame? Drew Ross? I think both parties to blame. I think the man more than the woman, frankly. But I think in the woman's case, if a theme is saying your engagement is poor, and sometimes it's just black men have an inferiority complex. Let's be honest. Black men sometimes have an inferiority complex. It's a new toy and they want that toy. Let's be honest. Last call for the day. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Cranky. What's up?
Who am I speaking to? Beautiful voice. Who am I speaking to?
It's inspirational message. I was letting you know I'm actually a female for real.
All right, inspirational message. What you have to say, inspirational? People, I don't get a lot of female calls, apart from maybe Claudine. So inspirational. Thanks for calling in.
Just want to say I love your program. I hope more females tune in, and may God bless you and keep you safe. Have a beautiful day.
All right, that's inspirational message. Thank you, inspirational. Appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye. All right,
Take care.
people. All right, thanks. All right, people. So that's what's inspirational message. And with that, I'm gonna close the program down before I say anything else. That may not be received really well. So I appreciate the call, inspirational. And I need more females to come on my channel, people. We have a lot to talk about. When I start building up my Balanced View channel, I'm gonna have this relationship. Maybe I'm not the person who should have this discussion, actually. I'll bring on some guests. I'm not gonna say I'm expert when it comes to relationship. Probably the worst person to talk about these things. But I'm gonna bring on, I try to get more guests to come on and talk about some of these things. I want to diversify the program. I'm not gonna do it on Cranky Live because this is mainly a sports channel. I want to keep it that way. As I said before, people, when I drop my website, please go sign up for it. Traffic is important with the website, right? It not costs you nothing. Someone cheaper than likes much that you got to sign up for the website. The website not cost you anything, right? Nothing at all. Free. Except nowadays, we probably will start charge for some membership fee, specialty blog that I'm going to write. But I'm going to drop the website by August 1st. I promise. I'm going to stop that, but I'm going to drop by August 1st. Next week, I'm going to spend a lot of time. So I may not do any show next week. Just focus on it and get it done. And then I'm going to drop it. I hope you go on and sign up right away. I'm going to drop a lot of good blogs on there, a lot of good programs on there. And I'm also going to link it to this channel and to my Balanced View channel. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Go up on the road now and go do some shopping with the money I'm going to have. But please tune in to the program. I will probably do a show or two next week. But also, I want you to tune in for, because I should do a show. And I said I was going to do a second episode of the Epstein saga, which I find amazing. And they're trying to figure out ways now. By the way, on the Epstein saga, before I go, this whole concept about the grand jury testimony or whatever is being released, people don't buy into the nonsense. They can release about 90% of what was part of the investigation, what came out of it. First of all, go watch my previous show on Epstein saga, which is the first of a 3-part series, whereby what people don't realize is that the information that was taken to the grand jury in the Florida case, where Epstein was first convicted but got limited time, the reason why the sheriff went to the feds is because most of the results of the investigation was not presented to the grand jury. Right? They went to the grand jury with watered down stuff. And so therefore, a lot of the people who were implicated probably didn't even go to the grand jury so that they can actually, them being accused and then could be indicted about what transpired. The co-conspirators were. And so we shouldn't be looking at the grand jury, the judge releasing some of what was presented to the grand jury as evidence to say who was implicated or not. That's nonsense. They only give us about 10% information. It's going to be watered down. It's a waste of time. What transpired with those kids is horrible, and people need to go to jail. That's all I'll say. So thanks for being here. Love you being here. Thanks, people plate. But I'm going to do the second one and the third one because, and on the first one, if you look at the summary that I provided, the questions I asked, I'm telling you people, there's some rich people if you go to jail. If you go to jail for a long time. So I go Harvey Weinstein go to jail, and them kind of jail and forget. But anyway, I'll do the second episode next week, and then the third one after that, which is going to be the more what's happening in today's environment. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here, and have a wonderful evening. Before I go, though, I have to drop. Let me say I have a song. You know, I have to do a little bit of the song first before we go. You may not like it, but I'll drop a little bit of that song before we go. Just a small 30-second. This is Cranky. You know, run with house. We don't run with house, you know. And as we run the track, remember the saying? Listen with your brain, not just your ears. Here we go. Cranky life, make you wise. No corporate script, no disguise. Provide knowledge, open eyes. Drop real heat and expose the lies. Irate the youth to rise with the grind. No soft phrase when farm decline. Excellence get big headline. Mediocrity get left behind. Cranky life, we bring the vibes. No sell out, no compromise. We not follow hype, we analyze. Talk the truth and burn out the lies. Cranky lies, no puppet speech. We talk the things them afraid to preach. We now hide truth like a priest. We there have a vibe and to teach. All right, people, that's enough. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. Wait. Stop. People play it. Princess Jillian, Gigs, DC, inspirational. You're very inspirational. Odell, Sisu calling earlier, Crank, Conrad. I go to the list. I know Float Management was here. Drew Ross, as usual. Thanks for the support, Drew. Appreciate you, sir. By the way, Drew Ross, my soccer team is having, my former soccer team, I'm still part of the executive body. They're having an event for everyone acting, not just Drew Ross alone, in Brooklyn on October 11th. I'm going to drop the flyer next show I'm doing. It's October 11th. I'm going to MC the event. So if you're in the New York area, you can go. Tickets about $75, but it's our 50th anniversary, people. Because them start long time, even before my time. Them start long time. It's a 50th anniversary. They're having at Nazareth High School in Brooklyn. If you're in New York, it's $75 a contribution, because we run a couple soccer team for the club. It's called Unisoc Soccer Club. So I'm going to drop the flyer next show. And I hope you're in New York. You can come out to the event, man. It's safe. We have fun. We don't have no security at the door because we don't need no security. Them kind of people that we deal with, right? We're not on duck nothing. So come and have some fun. Good music. We talk about a lot of different stuff there when I MC the event. So come and enjoy yourself and support the cause. All right? Peace out, everyone. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you when I see you. Peace out.